Just last week, y'all had black fatigue. Just last week, every other demographic who wasn't black, y'all had black fatigue. Now y'all are demanding black bodies to be put on the front line. There's other ways to protest, there's other ways to help. But I find it kind of insane that all of you had black fatigue.
Watching what's happening in LA right now as a black woman is like one of the things, that we kept talking about when the election first went down is that, this just is not our lesson to learn. It's not our lesson to learn. But I feel like our lesson as black women, our lesson to learn is how to let other people learn the hard way without intervening.
My thing is, why everybody want black people to step in like we the only people of color now? Everybody was just minorities and people of color yesterday. Why y'all just want us to help? And I'm not even saying that we won't or we shouldn't, but is every other person of color being held to this same standard? Just wondering.
I'm checking on the leftists and the Kamala Nevers. I want to see how y'all doing. How are y'all doing right now? How are y'all feeling about everything that's happening in Los Angeles? Do you see what a one-issue party voter can do? Do you see about not thinking about the masses?
No, one thing y'all will not do is blame the 92. Last time I checked, they voted for harm reduction. Last time I checked, they voted higher than any other marginalized community, any goddamn community, period, during this election for Kamala Harris. But y'all gaslit them.
Hey my people, Gracie here once again, welcoming you back to the channel. I hope that from wherever you my lovelies are watching this from, you are doing alright and God has protected you and preserved you very well. I do appreciate all of you, of course, that keep supporting me on here. Yes, and the generous souls that give me super thanks and super chats. You all are highly appreciated too. And definitely my members, I want to give you a special shout out. Thank you for being amazing and being members on here. I highly appreciate that exclusive support through the membership program. And as usual, we have another one to look at today. Yeah, I found quite a number of reactions from black people giving responses to people that are wondering how comes black people are not on the streets in LA, especially considering the growing, discomfort and just, the escalated situation in LA. Like we all know, the protests and then the president sending in the National Guards and then, the Marines and all of that. And people are wondering where black people are, And so black people came in. Of course, they always come in and they will let you know how they feel about this. And they have quite a number of reactions in here that I have put together for us. Of course, credit goes to all the creators. We'll come back and talk about it. Just do me a favor, like the video, share it. Let me know what you think about it. And yeah.
Just last week, y'all had black fatigue. Just last week, every other demographic who wasn't black, y'all had black fatigue. Now y'all are demanding black bodies to be put on the front line. There's other ways to protest, there's other ways to help. But I find it kind of insane that all of you had black fatigue. But now y'all need black people help. Why is the majority not asking the Asian community for help? Why is the majority not asking the Pacific Islander community for help? Why does everything always have to fall on black people? Especially when y'all have so much fatigue, right? Our existence bothered y'all so much just last week. Y'all had all this black fatigue because we told y'all stop saying the N-word in rap songs. You know what I'm saying? Stop wearing our women's box braids. Stop trying to wear fake dreadlocks. You ain't black. Y'all had black fatigue, bro. I ain't forget that. Y'all had black fatigue. But you know how black people do. We sympathetic. Eventually we gonna help. We always give in, man. Every single time we always give in. We always give in. But just know, most of us ain't forget. Just last week, y'all all had black fatigue, bro. Y'all all had black fatigue. Y'all all had black fatigue.
Watching what's happening in LA right now as a Black woman is like one of the things, that we kept talking about when the election first went down is that, this just is not our lesson to learn. It's not our lesson to learn. But I feel like our lesson as Black women, I feel like our lesson to learn is how to let other people learn the hard way without intervening. Because some people just need to learn the fucking hard way. And we're witnessing that right now with the fact that the National Guard has been deployed to the streets of Los Angeles against the wishes of the governor. We told these muckers, in conclusion, I think that is Black people, especially the 92%. I feel like that is our lesson to learn, because one thing we have a hard time doing is not intervening when we see people clearly about to crash into a tree. We like to step in and save people, but we can't save these fuckers from themselves. So while these motherfuckers is having to learn things the mother hard way for no goddamn reason, because we our lesson as Black people, especially the 92%, our lesson is allowing people to fail without intervening to save folks. Because no matter how many times you kill these mothers and you try to save people, they still gonna stick their head in the lion's mouth.
So Kamala would have done exactly this. She would have done exactly what Trump is doing now to the people in LA. Kamala would have done this. So what happened to all the people that said that her and Trump are exactly the same and she would have done the exact same thing? She would have done this in LA? Are you trying to gaslight? Who are you trying to convince? You or us?
I'm checking on the leftists and the Kamala nevers. I want to see how y'all doing. How are y'all doing right now? How are y'all feeling about everything that's happening in Los Angeles? Do you see what a one-issue party voter can do? Do you see about not thinking about the masses can do? Do you see by not using your right to vote and exercising that in the booth can do? Do you see the destruction you do when you ignore everybody for one cause? Because baby, if you sit here and say Kamala Harris would do this in her own state, I'm gonna need you to go outside, touch the grass, look up in the air and make sure the sky is blue, okay? Y'all Latinos4Trump, y'all didn't put y'all foot in it. This man is putting tactical gear down in Los Angeles right now. The National Guard will be on ground for 30 days. And I'm going to tell you something. Gavin Newsom and the mayor of Los Angeles never requested that. This is Frumpy's way of being able to declare martial law. When he was talking about homegrown and getting rid of people in America, what y'all thought that was going to be? How y'all thought that was going to come about? Y'all see why we didn't go outside? Because this is what he wanted. I am all for them exercising their freedom of speech, but they would not be having to exercise this if y'all would have got y'all up, voted. Not split the vote by voting for Jill Stein. Not telling people to sit on their hands because it was G side or nothing. Not going against your own community, Latinos. White women, I don't expect anything from y'all. Y'all seem to love being told what to do. At least half of y'all don't have a brain. I just want to know how y'all sleeping knowing what y'all caused. We're on the brink of martial law. How the hell are you going to free Palestine from that?
Mind you, the same that was sitting up here calling us Negro liberals and you bitch don't do nothing but vote every 4 years, you're back to barking. I'm hearing too many barking in my vicinity. Get the from over here, right? Nobody wants to hear none of that. Oh, we need solidarity from Black women. We need solidarity from Black people. Get them over here. I'm going to tell you that right now. Get the here. Where the fuck side with y'all, gonna side with y'all, but don't try to bring your ass or bully us who decided to want to sit down and not do shit. Motherfuckers really sit right here and talk about something. Black people, Black women don't do shit. Every 4 years, now you're back and barking and talk about something. You guys need to be the bigger person. You need to stop acting like activism transactional. Now shut the up. Get the from my circle. Take your back, because that's exactly what y'all thought was going to happen. You voted for Trump, hoping that he make enough that you can build class solidarity with them fuck racists, them fuck Republicans, and they still ain't listening to y'all bitches about it. Now y'all want to come back over here crying. Now y'all want to come back over here crying, because that's exactly what them Republicans, and y'all thought the plan was y'all was going to make shit enough and they was going to team up with y'all for class solidarity, and you see this happening. Now y'all want to bring y'all ass over here talk about some bark, Black women, we need solidarity, bark, shut up. Go back where the fuck I'm from and shut up. Nobody wants to hear like this shit off. And then try to bully other Black people who choose not to do it. Get the fly face. You don't get the face talking about something. You guys are acting like this can't affect you neither. And when it does affect me, let me vote. When it does, let me vote. Because ain't nobody about to sit right here and let you sit right here and be anti-Black for about several fucks during that fucking. Now I gotta sit right here and build solidarity with you because you're fair. Now you starting to realize shit real? No.
Yo, white folks are showing out for them ICE protests. Honestly, I'm surprised. I'm surprised. I'm dead surprised. Don't get me wrong. Black people, we are on your side. We are just in the back. Way in the back. Way in the back. But we here. We're here for it. We absolutely support the fight. We're just not jumping in front of the fight for our safety. This is something that white people in this country needed to do for a long time, because the government was comfortable with treating people in this country bad, other people in this country, because the average white American would agree with it. They will sit by quietly and let these things go about because they felt protected. So seeing them stand up in any kind of way is a beautiful thing.
I firmly believe, and will not change my stance on this, black people should not be boots on the ground within the next 4 years. I agree, black people holistically shouldn't stray away from any movement that can help other marginalized groups, but being boots on the ground, physically protesting, is not the move for black people right now, in my humble opinion. I don't think we should be sacrificing our black bodies and be used as shields for the next 4 years under this administration. It's not a good idea. There's other ways to help, ways I'm not going to discuss here on this video. You guys can DM me or figure that out, but as far as black folks physically being on the front lines protesting, we shouldn't. I don't know if you guys noticed, but this administration is literally throwing stuff to try to get marginalized groups to come out and protest, specifically black people. They're trying and trying and trying. They're throwing situation after situation, from Carmelo Anthony to the black father who unallowed the cop, like the white woman who said the N-word to the black boy and got millions of dollars for it. They want us to crash out in the streets so bad, so they can literally have an excuse to take our lives. And black people holistically, without even saying it verbally, we all communicating, mentally or whatever you want to call it. We can't do it. We can't do it. We know exactly what they're trying to do, and us putting our bodies on the line, we just can't do it. I mean, shouts out to the Hispanic community. They're doing their damn thing in LA and all around the country. This is their time to shine, and I strongly believe, like, not only is it not beneficial to the black community to put our black bodies on the line for any reason whatsoever right now, but I feel like if black people were at the forefront of this movement for the Mexican community, for the Hispanic community, or anybody who's marginalized or immigrants and this and the third, if black Americans put their bodies on the line, it would be more of a distraction than anything. It just wouldn't end right. It just wouldn't end well. We just got to find other ways to help people. But putting our bodies on the line and then trying to low-key demand us to do it, yeah, that's not the wave.
The majority of protesters in Los Angeles, from what I can see, are non-black. So shouts out to everybody who's non-black, stepping up and taking it, to the police and the military in Los Angeles right now. But one thing I noticed, these protests being non-majority black, you notice they're not calling them animals, thugs. And there is, a couple Tesla cars got blown up or something like that, set on fire. A couple damage was done. But the majority of people are not calling them thugs or criminals or monkeys or looters or whatever they want to call them, even though 97% of protests are peaceful when they are majority black. Notice that narrative isn't spun with these protests.
Just last week, y'all had black fatigue.
This is very much simpler than you think, because you're their foot soldiers and patsies. See, they can send you out there to fight for them, and then wrong, and the tide turns or the opinion turns, you're the patsy. Always have been, always will be. That's just the way it is. White liberals see you as nothing more than patsies and foot soldiers. If you don't believe me, look at the BLM, right? When you guys first went out there, you guys were peaceful. I'll give you that. Never said a word against it. But as soon as white liberals showed up, all of a sudden they became violent. All of a sudden there were problems. And then when they were done, they went back to their white lily neighborhoods and left you guys holding the bag. They need the same thing for LA. If you don't come out there and stand with them, they don't have patsies. And I know you're thinking to yourself, well, they have brown and people of color out there with the Mexicans and whatnot. They don't need them as soldiers. They need them coming across the border so they can argue about immigration. It's like playing chess. Every piece has its particular movement. You guys are the foot soldiers and the patsies, and always will be to liberals.
No, one thing y'all will not do is blame the 92. Last time I checked, they voted for harm reduction. Last time I checked, they voted higher than any other marginalized community, any goddamn community, period, during this election for Kamala Harris. But y'all gaslit them. Y'all harassed them and said, oh, you're voting for Killer Kamala. You're voting for genocide. Oh, how dare you vote for her? Y'all tried to make them believe that what they were hearing and what they were motherfucking seeing was goddamn propaganda. They warned you about Project 2025, and all y'all did was motherfucking lie. Now y'all want to sit here and harass them again when they tried to stop this to begin with. But y'all want to sit here and say, well, you want black women at the front of the mother line. Well, they were in the front of the lines, at the voting line where it mother counted, where it mother mattered. That shit didn't matter to you because you didn't think it mother affected you. You voted out of mother hate, thinking that you were gonna hurt other marginalized motherfucking communities, but you only hurt your mother self. Black women don't owe you. You can suck they mother clip from the back. They don't owe you a motherfucking thing. All they've done, all they motherfucking life is put other marginalized communities first. Put themselves in mother harm to never be motherfucking returned in the goddamn process. Remember during the time when black women came to you and pleaded on their mother knees for you to do the bare minimum, you told they is no. The same can know you told them they could tell your ass motherfucking back. It's called reciprocation, bitch. You get what the you give out. And for those who decide to go on protest, I'm so proud of you. Do your goddamn thing, boo. But don't sit here and try to harass or bully other black people who actually showed up to the fucking polls and voted against it to go out and do some shit. And just because you don't see their advocacy doesn't mean it's not mother happening. What I'm seeing is black people still organizing behind the mother, them fundraising behind the mother things, still educating behind the mother things. You're just not gonna see them put their lives in mother jeopardy. And they have every mother to do so because we only got one mother to live. Because when we're dead, we're mother done, hun, and none of our ass will be a mother martyr in any of these movements. We will be forgotten like so many before us. But don't sit here and gaslight or blame black women for choosing not to put themselves in harm's way for others who would not do the bare minimum, which was vote. And I'm gonna tell you this, I won't be out there either, but I am not fucking dying for no fucking body. I've still been out here doing the mother grazing and fundraising my money for nonprofits who've been suing the administration, holding they accountable. Just because we ain't on the motherfucking ground don't mean I ass getting motherfucking down.
DJ Soul Child, I think his name is DJ Soul Child, really spoke one of the things that was running in my head, that the entire world has been saying they have black fatigue, and now all of a sudden they want black people to come on the streets, and you're tired of them. I think it always makes it clear that they want the efforts, they want the sacrifices and presence of black people when it benefits them. As soon as they don't have anything to get out of this, they don't want anything to do with you. And all of a sudden, you are ghetto, you know, but they choose to see you in a bright light because they know your voice and your efforts normally pull down things. They have seen you fighting. Don't think they don't see what you guys have been able to achieve and what the pioneers of the civil rights and the programs they put in place, the majority of these people have actually benefited from, but they don't want black people to rest. So don't think they have not seen how powerful your voices are, how strong, resilient, passionate, kind, loving, graceful, but at the same time, you stand up when you need to stand up for others. Black people normally give in to saving and helping others, even when sometimes, like you've heard in the videos, that sometimes they just be like, let's step out. But as soon as they see pain, I think somehow it does not sit well with us. I'm like that. I am you. You are me. It breaks my heart to see someone going through pain. Sometimes I wish I can do something to help, right? And that's how we are. Sometimes we don't sit down. Do you realize that even with this entire thing, black people might not be on the streets, but they have platforms. They're still alerting you and letting you know. They told you from the very beginning, they're like, this is going to happen, right? But even now, they are not quiet. They're still using their voices. So while a lot of people are wondering where black people are at, black people are using their intellect, their voices. But not just that, even on the voting day, they didn't sit that one out. I always say they voted for you. Always say they voted for you because Madam President made it clear that she was going to serve the whole country. not specifically black people. And black people were like, it's okay, you know, it's all right. We don't need anything special, but at least we know she has good policies that are going to help us. Let's be honest. The situation that is happening in the US, everybody is just alarmed. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it at all. And that's the question one of the sisters, I think, speak. I think her name is Nene or Nini. She said, was it worth it? At the end of the day, was it worth it? At the end of the day, you all were like, or, you know, Kamala has a weird laugh. Was it worth it? The man that did not laugh and say everything that he said and is actually completely doing exactly what he said. Was it worth it? Now, I'm not going to say that Latinos, especially the illegals, voted for this. No, they did not, because they can't vote. However, majority of their community voted, right? And it is very interesting that they voted for hate, not hate for black people alone. I've never seen a kind of hate. These people would literally be on interviews, giving interviews. They're like, we don't care. Anybody that is here illegally, even if they are Latinos, they have to go. I thought normally communities always stand up for their own people. But what I saw in here, they're like, you know, Trump is doing the right thing, but they're the very first people that started crying when their businesses got closed, when their people started being deported. They were like, you know, they don't have clients anymore because their clients were Latinos, right? So they did not just have so much hate and resentment against black people only, but even their own community. You have to be that hateful to do this. And these are the same people now that are coming out. They're like, you know, black people are not speaking up. Black people are not fighting for us. We fought for them. We were there in Black Lives Matter. As black people appreciate, right? But you did not listen to this one thing that was supposed to be helping you, right? Sometimes you have to live with the consequences of your own actions, unfortunately. And yeah, but let's also not forget what is happening in LA, right? Majority of the immigrants that are facing this, right? Actually, majority of in fact, it's like 60 plus of Latinos that voted for Trump. No. It's like 60% of Latinos that voted for Kamala. In fact, Kamala won in that state. Yeah. So if you're wondering why is everything that is going on, it's because this man in the first place, he resents that state. They didn't vote for him. And you know how he treats those that didn't vote for him. Yeah. I don't think he would be applying the same force in states where he won. So he's targeting people that don't agree with him. People in the first place that were like, you know what, we're not going to vote for him. Don't forget that. Yeah, he didn't win in that state. In fact, let me check, because I want to check and be very sure about it. I don't want to be spitting nonsense here. But as far as I can remember, I think it is one of the states he did not win in. In fact, I was very right. Yeah, and I didn't even know that LA is not a state. Forgive me. Yeah, but this one, the LA city, Kamala won, right? So this man does not just have a thing with the fact that, you know, like the protesters and everything, but he even has issues that in LA, it is Kamala people there. Let's not forget, any person that resorts to that extremity, it's because they just have issues, right? But black people have given you responses in here. And I want you guys to let me know what you think about these very responses. Yeah, I always appreciate my people because they normally eat A lot of these people just be trying to gaslight and bait and make you feel bad. Like, I don't know what they gain from that, but the same people that were having black fatigue, now when it benefits them, they want black bodies on the line. Don't forget to like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel, and I think from me for today, that's it. I love all of you, and I'll see you in another amazing video. Until then, my name is Gracie, and I love all of you. Stay safe out there, okay, my people? I love all of you.